Welcome to the 2021 Lexus RX 350. My name is Lina, and this is over here a Jay we have.
Not Jay, I'm AJ. A version of Jay. A version of Jay who hasn't shaved since the last review. Winter beard.
Okay.
Whatever. All right, so let's talk about the outside.
Sure.
You go first.
Okay, so of course there is the iconic polarizing grill.
Spindle grill.
I'm not a fan of it.
I don't mind it. Why? Okay, you go first. Why don't you like it?
I feel like, to me, if it was maybe a little bit darker, it seems very stark and very busy. I understand why they do it. Every company does it to stand out. They have their classic, you see it, you know it.
Yep.
That's it. For me, I wish they switched it up a little bit. I think it takes away from the car. All your attention goes to the grill instead of looking at the beautiful car that we're driving. Which
is, as Lexus says, a diamond on its side, which I agree with. I see it. I had to turn my head like that to get it on its side. I don't mind the grill. It's unique. It helps it stand out against everybody else, but the actual shape is gorgeous. LEDs all over the place here now in addition to the LED. Turn signals and day runners and headlights and tail lights. With the black line package, you do get LED fog lights as well. So overall, I think we're mostly in agreement with the exterior.
I think so.
Lexus has gone for more of the very, very comfort and very posh side of ride quality here. Noise, vibration, harshness for me are at a minimum.
Yeah.
Like if I had a young child who couldn't sleep, I would probably put it in the back seat and just drive around for a bit and kind of lull it to sleep that way.
Where else would you put it if not in the back seat?
I don't know, front seat. I don't know. I don't have kids, and this is exactly why. But like if I'm doing a longer overnight road trip, like let's say we're going to like Montreal for whatever reason, I have full confidence that you could just easily fall asleep.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a lot of noise bleeding into it. Cornering handling's done very, very well. 3-point turns are absolutely effortless. Under the hood, it's a 3.5 liter V6, and it's got 295 horsepower and 267 pound-feet of torque, all through an 8-speed automatic transmission. It does have all-wheel drive, which is standard in Canada. Americans get the option of front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. But there's a piece of hair just flowing, and we're at a stoplight because you can see nothing's moving on the mirrors.
Got it.
So as far as driving impressions go, now that little distraction is out of the way, very quick, very brisk. Not a lot of oversteer or understeer, I find. Again, noise, vibration, harshness at a minimum here. I would take a longer road trip overnight with somebody and not worry about them, I guess, not being able to sleep or just kind of have some peace and quiet.
It's very relaxing too. I feel like
it really is.
I'm somebody who goes on a drive to clear my head, and I'll listen to whatever sounds are on the road. I'll listen maybe sometimes to some music, and I feel in this car, I feel very calm and collected, and whatever is going on in my head, I can just get it out.
Yeah, Lexus was the first luxury SUV way back in '98, so they've come a long way. They've constantly evolved, and there's a reason you see so many of these. Just before we do a driver swap, we're going to go into the world of fuel consumption.
Yes.
Actually, you're going to go into the world of fuel consumption.
I am.
All right.
So it's a 72-liter fuel tank, which is quite a large fuel tank, I'd say, for this SUV, for most SUVs, with a 12.2 liters per 100 kilometers fuel consumption in the city, and 9.0 on the highway, with a combined 10.8. That's pretty good.
Yep, not too bad. Not the best, not the worst. Kind of happily taking the middle of the road on that. Longer road trips are pretty good with a 72-liter tank, and I like that it's 10.8, right? For a V6. Usually V6s, and there's a reason a lot of manufacturers are going to smaller turbo 4s. Smallow. That's my combination word for smaller turbo engine. It's a smallow engine, but for a 3.5 liter V6, not too bad at all. Yeah. I think I'm almost done. Almost done. There are two things I want to talk about real quick. You can't see it from either of these camera angles, but we will do a cutaway. First off, the side pockets on the inside of the doors, they actually move out and in. So if you have a bigger item, Lexus has you covered. And the second thing, and I'm going to channel Lina's inner Vanna White for this cutaway, which is going to happen. There's a little button on the front cup holder And if you have a taller drink, you just push it all the way down. And if you can't get to it, you push a little button in between the cup holders and it automatically rises. I think that is such a cool, innovative, awesome idea.
My turn. I want to drive now.
I don't know. Fine. All right, so we've done a driver swap, and before we talk to Lina about the driving impressions from her side, quick note for me, the height adjustable passenger seat is delightful. And I'm going up, and look at how far back I'm going. Like, I would sleep, like I could hang out like this. It's comfortable. The footwell is great. Center console and the armrest are at a perfect height for me. Whatever gas we have, just take me somewhere.
Okay, well, don't fall asleep. We still have to finish this.
Okay, so let's do driving impressions from you.
Yes. Okay, I am very
driving impressions from
here. The turning radius is amazing.
Yeah,
for starters.
So that could have been a 3-point turn. Sorry, it should have been a 3-point turn, but
it didn't need to be.
Yeah.
For an SUV, it has an amazing turning radius. For any car, it has an amazing turning radius. It feels very planted on the road.
For sure.
Takes turns amazing. Like, at no point do you feel scared that your butt's gonna slide out in the ice or snow. It feels amazing. It picks up very nicely. I will say there's a little bit of lag when you're going from a dead stop.
Yep.
But it's not too much. It's not a deal breaker for me anyways. And it flies. It's very easy to go faster than you intend to because of how light and agile it is.
I have nothing to add to that. Like, I'm like, I feel the exact same way. And Lexus has always been really, really strong and good for their ride quality. And it's got that whole driving on a cloud thing. Like, the bumps are just eaten up by the suspension. And this doesn't have the enhanced dampers or anything. This is just more or less straight out of the box. Yes, with the exception of the black line. But it's pretty impressive.
The seat itself is so comfortable.
If Lexus Canada just magically ends up sending me one of these seats, I could use a new office chair. Just putting it out there, Lexus Canada.
I might fight you.
If you could send 2 office chairs, RX 350 chairs.
That'd be fantastic. They're so comfortable, and I like the design on them too. Like you mentioned, the
little white insert here for the Blackline edition.
And the blue stitching is great.
Kind of weird, like Blackline edition, white. Anyways, it's just a name, but the seats are comfortable. And I can tell from here, just seeing where your back starts and where kind of your arm starts coming out, just the massive side bolsters and the support of both the driver's seat and passenger seat.
I feel like I'm actually sitting properly and straight instead of hunching over. And when I take turns, I don't feel like I need to lean out of it because it is very comfortable and I can still move around and see everything very well. I will say with the seeing everything, my sight lines are great with the exception of
B-pillar.
The B-pillar.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess the way that I'm sitting, it is a little bit larger. It's right where I need to be able to see when I turn to check my blind spot.
Yep.
But overall, everything is great. I love the classic layout of the dashboard, all the different levels. It just makes it feel a little bit more luxurious.
I don't like the trackpad. I do like that it's a touch screen. I do like that you can change the sensitivity of the touch and how your fingers interact with the trackpad. But I would rather lean forward like an inch or two and just
use the touch screen.
Yeah, and I know it's just a way that manufacturers kind of separate themselves. I know Acura has it with the RDX and MDX and a bunch of, I think all Lexuses have the trackpad here. Just for me, it's not intuitive, and even with my sensitivity settings set to the way that I like them, like I have my laptop trackpad, I would rather again lean forward and
just use the touchscreen. It's a little bit more convenient.
Sunroof definitely helps because without it, I'm almost invisible. So we're going to keep that open. Rear seats very comfortable. They're on rails, so they slide forwards, backwards. Plenty of space in the trunk. For whatever it is, whether you're doing groceries, if you're doing a home renovation project. I put drum sets, guitars, and amps in the back, and the 350 has no issues the RX 350 has no issues in accommodating all of that for me. And overall, just from my seat here on the passenger side, it's a nice wide cabin. Yes, the windshield is raked very steeply, but it doesn't encroach on making the cabin feel smaller. And I don't know how Lexus did that.
Magic.
Magic.
Let's just leave it at magic.
Yeah, it's magic. But I like it. Yeah, the A-pillars are a little thicker, but it didn't impede my vision.
No, I'm
at
still
all.
okay too.
Standard safety. I'm going to see if I can remember this off the top of my head. Automatic high beams, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, lane trace assist, rear cross traffic alert, rear cross traffic sensors with the pedestrian and bike detection.
Also on the front.
Also on the front. I'm not going to look at my notes.
Radar cruise control.
Oh, right. Almost got it all. So yeah, good job, Lexus, on doing it. It's part of their Lexus Safety Suite 2.0.
And to mention why the A-pillars are a little bit thicker, they have roll sensing airbags.
Which is such an advancement in engineering and technologies. Any final thoughts in under 60 seconds from you?
I'm a huge fan. There's a reason there's so many of them on the road. They're amazing cars. They're very reliable. I'm very interested to see what else they do with them, how they change them, how they improve them. Maybe they do actually take some pointers from us and from their consumers and get rid of the trackpad, but we'll see. Yep. I'm intrigued.
Yep, same thing. I don't really have much to add. I think you've covered pretty much all my thoughts as well. Exterior, check.
Amazing.
Interior, check. Trackpad, irk. Just not a fan. Overall, I would drive this for a year if someone just dropped it off my house.
I would probably drive it for more than a year. I like it.
We'll talk Lexus Canada.
Yes.
All right.
Seats, please, too.
All right, any questions on the vehicle, let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate the support, and feel free to subscribe if you like what we do. Be well, be healthy, be safe, and we'll see you in the next review.